Ancient wisdom for modern happiness. 3 golden rules to transform your life. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by anger, anxiety, or pointless arguments? What if the secret to a peaceful, fulfilling life was discovered thousands of years ago? Today, we're diving into 3 timeless principles from Eastern philosophy that can help you master your emotions and live with wisdom, no matter what challenges come your way. First, don't let anger steal your peace. Anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Science confirms what ancient sages taught. Rage spikes cortisol, weakens immunity, and clouds judgment. But here's the game changer. You control your reaction. Take the samurai Miyamoto Musashi as an example. He won duels not by swinging his sword first, but by staying calm while his opponents lost focus in rage. Anger might feel powerful, but true strength lies in pausing, breathing, and responding with intention. To apply this, next time you're triggered, ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Most conflicts aren't worth your energy. Second, worry less, live more. Life is unpredictable, but here's the paradox. The more you resist uncertainty, the more it controls you. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control, reminding us to focus only on what we can change, our effort and attitude, and release what we can't, external outcomes. A Harvard study found that 85% of what we worry about never happens. Therefore, instead of catastrophizing, ask yourself, what's the next small step I can take? Because action dissolves anxiety. Third, stop arguing with fools. Have you ever wasted hours debating someone who just won't listen? The Taoist philosopher Zhuangzi said, "You can't discuss the ocean with a frog in a well. It's trapped by its limited view." Modern research agrees, showing that arguing activates the brain's threat response, shutting down logic. It's better to save your energy for conversations that matter. As Mark Twain joked, never argue with stupid people. They'll drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. A good strategy is, when faced with ignorance, smile and say, "Interesting perspective," then walk away. Your peace is priceless. Why this matters today. In our hyper-connected world, these ancient tools are more relevant than ever. Anger fuels social media outrage, anxiety thrives on 24/7 news cycles, arguments escalate in comment sections. But you, now armed with a 2,000-year-old advantage, can live differently. Challenge for you. Pick one rule to practice this week. Notice how it changes your relationships, productivity, and joy. Drop a comment below. Which principle resonates most with you? Remember, wisdom isn't about perfection. It's about progress. As the Japanese proverb goes, fall 7 times, stand up 8. The Stoics' Guide to Handling Life's Curveballs. Ancient wisdom for modern challenges. When life hits you with unexpected setbacks, whether a job loss, a breakup, or a health scare, your first instinct might be panic. But what if the healthiest response isn't fighting or fleeing, but something radically different? Firstly, the art of non-resistance teaches that struggling against reality creates more suffering. Imagine you're caught in a riptide. Flailing makes you drown, while floating lets the current carry you to safety. Modern psychology confirms this, as studies show that accepting difficult emotions, rather than suppressing them, actually reduces their intensity. You can try this mindfulness technique. Name the emotion, breathe into it for 90 seconds, the biochemical lifespan of an emotion, and then ask, what's this trying to teach me? Secondly, clarity comes from calm. Neuroscience reveals that stress literally shuts down your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that solves problems. This explains why you often get your best ideas in the shower. To foster clarity, create a pause button ritual. Step away, even just to the bathroom, splash cold water on your face to trigger the mammalian dive reflex and reset your nervous system, and write down 3 possible solutions, no matter how unrealistic they may seem. Thirdly, emotional alchemy involves turning fear into fuel. The ancient practice of negative visualization, practiced by Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, involved imagining worst-case scenarios to build resilience. Modern research shows this technique actually reduces anxiety by 30%. To practice, name your worry, imagine the absolute worst outcome and ask, could I survive this? You always have before. What hidden opportunity might it contain? Who would I become by overcoming it? A helpful tip is to keep an emotional first aid kit, photos, quotes, or music that instantly shift your state when crisis hits. Why this works today. In our chaotic world, the ability to stay centered is the ultimate superpower. While others spiral into drama, you will make smarter decisions under pressure, spot opportunities others miss, and become the calm leader people turn to in crises. Your challenge this week. Next time something goes wrong, pause and say, "This is an interesting test of my growth. What's the lesson here?" Drop a comment below. What's one crisis that ended up being a blessing in disguise for you? Remember, smooth seas never made skilled sailors. Your toughest storms are preparing you for something greater. Master your emotions. 3 ancient secrets to emotional freedom. We've all been there. That moment when anger clouds your judgment, when an argument ruins your day, or when resentment weighs you down. But what if you could transform these emotional traps into opportunities for growth? Let's explore 3 time-tested principles from Eastern wisdom that can help you reclaim your peace. First, the fire extinguisher technique for anger. Neuroscience reveals that anger activates your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, for exactly 90 seconds. After that, it's your choice to keep feeding the flame. The Zen masters had it right. Pause and count 10 breaths before responding. Reframe by asking, "Is this worth my energy?" Hint, 99% isn't. And redirect by channeling the energy into exercise or creative work. A useful practice is to keep an anger log. You'll quickly see patterns in what triggers you. Second, the art of strategic silence. Ever noticed how the most powerful people often speak least? In Japanese culture, this is called enryo, the wisdom of restraint. Next time someone baits you, smile calmly, disarms their aggression, say, "That's an interesting perspective," acknowledges without agreeing, and excuse yourself, starve the conflict of oxygen. Remember, you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Third, forgiveness as the ultimate power move. Harvard research shows forgiveness reduces anxiety, lowers blood pressure, and even strengthens immunity. But here's the radical truth. Forgiveness isn't about them. It's about freeing yourself. You can try this Buddhist-inspired practice. Visualize the person who hurt you. Repeat, "For my peace, I release this," and wish them well. This rewires your negativity bias. A bonus technique is to write a letter you'll never send, then burn or bury it as symbolic release. Why this matters now. In our hyper-reactive world, emotional mastery is the new superpower. While others drown in drama, you'll make clearer decisions, build stronger relationships, and conserve energy for what truly matters. Your challenge: for 1 week, practice the 10-breath pause before reacting to triggers. Notice how differently people respond to your calm energy. Which of these strategies resonates most with you? Share in the comments. Your insight might help someone else on their emotional freedom journey. Remember, emotions are visitors. You choose whether to let them stay for tea or show them the door. True strength isn't in suppressing feelings, but in skillfully navigating them. Coffee chat: how my grandma's smile changed everything. Let me tell you about my grandma, a woman who survived war, poverty, and loss, yet still woke up humming every morning. I'll never forget when our family business collapsed in 2008. While everyone panicked, she simply said, "Good, now we have room to try something new." That year, we started our first online store, which became our biggest blessing. Grandma taught me that happy people aren't lucky, they're just better at finding the hidden gifts. She played the at least game. Flat tire? At least we have AAA. Rainy picnic? At least we get cozy movie time. This isn't denial, it's neural rewiring. Studies show practicing gratitude literally builds new positive neural pathways. She also lived by the 24-hour rule. When bad news hit, she gave herself 1 day to feel all the feels, then asked, "What's one small step forward?" She even kept a journal where she'd write, "Today's storm brought," and fill in unexpected benefits. Grandma surrounded herself with sunflowers, meaning she intentionally befriended joyful people. Negative people are like black holes, she'd say. Don't let them swallow your light. When I almost lost her magic after she passed, I found her recipe book with notes in the margins, made these cookies when the roof leaked, kids didn't notice the rain, and burnt the pie crust, added ice cream, and called it French style. That's when I realized optimism isn't about ignoring pain. It's about refusing to let pain write the whole story. Your turn. This week, try Grandma's 3 good things ritual. Before bed, name 3 things that went well, even tiny ones. Ask, why did this happen? Revealing hidden blessings. And share one with someone, spreading the light. I'll start. Today my coffee went cold, but it meant I got to have a longer chat with the barista who needed cheering up. What's your at least silver lining today? Drop it below. Your words might be the hope someone needs to hear. Remember what my grandma always said, life doesn't owe you happiness, it gives you chances to create it. Now who's ready for some burnt pie turned French dessert wisdom? The last coffee talk, what my dying friend taught me about living. The last time I visited Michael in hospice care, he surprised me. Instead of the anger or fear I expected, he handed me a worn notebook with trembling hands. Read this, he whispered, my life's realizations while counting down days. I sat by his bedside, flipping through page after page of the simplest yet most profound wisdom he had gathered. The first thing that struck me was something he called the 5-minute rule. That changed everything. Michael had written, would I waste 5 minutes of my last day on this argument? Then why waste it today? He had tracked how much time he'd lost over the years. 127 hours worrying about things that never happened, 83 hours defending his point in useless arguments, and countless moments missing joy while dwelling on anger. In the margins, he scribbled a sobering reminder. We don't realize time is currency until we're bankrupt. Then there was his last 7 days experiment. When doctors gave Michael a month to live, he decided to live each week as if it were his last. On Monday, he called people he'd avoided for years just to say, I love you. On Wednesday, he treated himself to his favorite childhood meal, chocolate chip pancakes. On Friday, he sat quietly in the park, feeling the wind on his face. Suddenly, he wrote, every ordinary moment became extraordinary. Life, he realized, had always been magical. We just forget to notice. As I turned to the final page, I found the note that broke me. It was a simple list titled, What Actually Matters? Laughs that made his sides hurt, sunrises he stopped to watch, hands he held during hard times, and moments when he chose kindness over being right. Beneath it, a single powerful line was scrawled in his shaky handwriting. Tell them to stop saving happiness for someday. I closed the notebook and sat there, tears blurring my vision, realizing that Michael's final gift was not just his wisdom, but a challenge. Tonight, in his honor, I invite you to do the same. Write your own What Actually Matters list. Tomorrow, choose one thing from that list and make it real. And every morning after that, ask yourself, is this how I'd spend my last Tuesday? I'll start. Today I canceled a pointless meeting to take my mom out for ice cream. The work could wait. Her laugh couldn't. Michael taught me something profound in his final days. Life is too precious to spend perfecting complaints when we could be collecting moments that take our breath away. Now the question is, what's one thing you'll do differently after hearing Michael's story? Your answer might just remind someone else to cherish their ordinary Tuesday. After all, we're all running out of time, but maybe, just maybe, that's what makes life so breathtakingly beautiful.